Thank you for watching this Scholarship Foundation educational video today. Our topic, the philosophy and definition of financial aid. So what is financial aid? It's money given, paid, or loaned to help pay for college. There are two types of financial aid. Gift aid, which is grants or scholarships, free money that you don't need to pay back. Self-help aid, which is loans, money borrowed that must be repaid, work study, a job opportunity to earn money on campus. The philosophy of financial aid, what is it based on? Well, there are three basic tenets. First, parents have the primary responsibility to pay for their child's education. Not the government, not the college, not grandparents. Parents have the primary responsibility to pay for their child's education. This is the philosophy the Financial Aid Office is starting from. Also, students have a responsibility to pay for a reasonable portion of their educational expenses. That might be through a part-time job or through a summer program or some savings. Third, the evaluation of the family circumstances should be consistent and equitable, meaning the same formula will be used to evaluate you if you're a California family or Santa Barbara County family, as would be used to evaluate a family in New Jersey or Oklahoma, somewhere else. Now, do keep in mind, for financial aid purposes, that schools consider students dependents on their parents unless the student is 24 years old or married or has a dependent themselves, such as a child, or they're a veteran, or a ward of the court or a homeless youth. This is all verified. Tax filing status has nothing to do with it. You may claim your child in your tax form or not, but the financial aid system doesn't recognize that. The school determines, not you, and you must prove your status. Now, there's a few financial aid myths we'd like to get out of the way. First, students with the highest GPAs get all the aid. Some people think that's true, and actually often students with the highest GPAs aren't getting all of the aid. Financial aid is really based on a system trying to help the students with the highest financial need overall. It doesn't mean you can't get financial aid with a high GPA, but that is not what it's based on. Secondly, a lot of people assume their income is too high, so they don't bother to even apply. Again, financial aid is based on things other than your income. They look at assets, they look at the number of people in your family, how many will be in college, and also you may think your income's too high, but in reality it might be modest for the financial aid system. Another myth, people say, well, my brother didn't qualify, so neither will I. But what people don't know is a family might not qualify with one child in family, but when they do have another child in the family at college at the same time, they might both qualify at that time for financial aid. One more myth, people assume they should attend the college that offers the most aid. And in reality, you need to look at the cost of attendance at the college first in relation to that aid, and we'll talk about that. And last, cost is the only way to compare colleges. Well, obviously, there's a lot of ways you can compare colleges. You can be looking at the programs they offer, but really you should be looking at the best fit for your student. So there's a basic equation of financial need, and it's the cost of attendance, or the COA, minus the expected family contribution, or the EFC, and that will equal your financial need eligibility. I'm going to talk a little bit about these terms, but first keep in mind it's cost of attendance minus expected family contribution, and that equals your financial need eligibility. Colleges attempt to offer enough financial aid to meet your financial need. So your eligibility is going to vary based on the cost of attendance at the institution. So just as an example, Stanford might cost $55,000 a year, UCLA $33,000, Cal Poly $24,000, for example. Those are variable costs of attendance. But the expected family contribution is a constant. It's a single number that's determined by what you fill out on a federal financial aid form. Therefore, your financial need is going to vary based on the school's cost. So what's included in that cost of attendance? Well, it's tuition and fees, room and board, that's old-fashioned words for your dorm room and your food, books and supplies, transportation, miscellaneous personal expenses, and some miscellaneous campus fees. That's the total cost of attendance for 1 year. And what is the EFC, the expected family contribution? Well, this is a number calculated by the Federal Student Aid Processing System that's used to evaluate your family's financial circumstances. This EFC number is calculated using a formula called the federal methodology. All students in the United States are evaluated using this formula. The federal student aid system gathers the necessary data to determine your EFC number by analyzing the financial and personal information you put down on the federal FAFSA form. The FAFSA form, which is short for Free Application for Federal Student Aid, is the one key financial aid form that every student fills out in order to be considered for federal aid. Federal financial aid is the largest source of aid to U.S. students. Last year, $80 billion, or over a third of the aid awarded, was in federal financial aid. So once again, the basic equation is cost of attendance minus expected family contribution equals your financial need figure, and each college will attempt to offer enough financial aid to meet your financial need. This is the basic definition of financial aid and the philosophy behind the awarding of aid. Thank you for listening, and if you have financial aid questions or need assistance, please feel free to contact the Scholarship Foundation at the information shown here on the screen. At the Scholarship Foundation, we are creating opportunity and transforming lives, one scholarship at a time. Thank you.